Good evening. How's everyone tonight?
Oh, thank you, sorry.
This meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the Township website. Pledge of Allegiance led by Carl Ostergaard, right? Junior Vice Commander, American Legion, Post 228. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. A moment of silence for servicemen here and abroad. Roll call.
Mayor Huber,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Laufer.
Present.
Committeeman Capides is absent, Committeeman Kaiser is here, Committeeman Weber.
Here.
Thank you.
And I apologize for last meeting. I wasn't here. I was sick. So, all right. Proclamations and announcement. Springfield 55-plus residents calendar is here for March 2025. All right. Bulk pickup is scheduled for Tuesday, March 11th. Coffee with a Cop, Halo Rooster, Tuesday, April 1st, 9 to 11. Public hearing, community block development grant. Adam Leave, I saw Adam. Hello, Adam.
So I need a motion.
Yeah,
Motion to open.
Open.
I move to open the public hearing for community development block grants.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. As you know, the Recreation Department administers the funding grant for senior citizens transportation, and the Engineering Department administers it for public improvement. This funding is federal government funding under the Community Development Block Grant Program that the County of Union disperses to municipalities. Late last year, we became aware of some additional funding that could be used towards public improvements that we hadn't already decided upon for the year. So we jumped on this really quickly. So I'm speaking tonight on behalf of the Public Works Department because they identified a project that we thought was very, very important to apply for some of this funding. It's actually going to be, assuming we get the funding and perhaps the township can contribute some funding as well, 2 illuminated crosswalks. So this would be for pedestrian safety and ADA improvements. They were identified on Mizell Avenue. One of them is at the intersection with Wabino, and the other is the intersection of Evergreen. So the idea with those 2 intersections is that the crosswalks are on a stretch of road where there are not a lot of traffic lights, or there's a distance between traffic lights. So pedestrians walking along those crosswalks would unfortunately not have the benefit of cars or trucks stopping very close to those intersections. So to have illuminated crosswalks, which you see in other towns, it increases the safety of the pedestrian because cars and trucks will now see flashing lights from both sides of the street at a distance so that they could stop if somebody is crossing. The ADA actually recommends illuminated crosswalks if possible. So what we're doing would be something that the federal government's ADA program, the law, actually is in favor of, and we don't have any on this stretch. I'll just explain it very, very briefly because you can ask me questions after or Mr. Betcher. But in addition to some of the flag crossings we have, and in addition to the heavily painted crosswalks, the stanchions on both sides of the street here would have solar power and a battery backup. You push a button when you're about to cross, and probes actually flash into the crosswalk so anybody driving one direction or another can see a pedestrian. So it's a lot safer than a red light, let's say, flashing, or a flag. So in addition to those, at others, this is just a major benefit at this particular intersection. We applied for $45,000. It hopes that there will be some sort of a township match, but we applied for that, which could potentially fund most of the program. So we just found it as a major benefit to the township. I think the community, as well as yourselves, would agree. So the public hearing just required me to explain the project and see if you had any questions, or members of the public, I believe, if they have any questions.
How long before you see these installed?
So it could be one of two different ways. One is if the township decides to do it regardless and hopefully receive the funding, because the funding has not been released from the federal government yet, unfortunately, for this particular program with CDBG.
Our Elon Musk probably stopped that, so.
Union
I look forward to if that ever actually gets funded.
So yeah, Union County is still waiting to receive the money. So we could do it first, or we could wait. This is a very easy project to start. The county has a co-op. There's also the ability for us to do 3 quotes. It's a fairly common product to get. And so either way, either we wait or it's budgeted for or capital.
My opinion is sooner than later, like tomorrow. That's my opinion for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the CDBG Public Improvements Committee, I'm our township's rep on that. You know, we've met and we heard 2 projects from Springfield, this and a larger street refurbishment, for lack of a better word, repavement. And typically they try to kind of split the baby. You know, for instance, the most common thing is curb cuts for ADA compliance, and they usually just give them $12,000. Township foots the rest for a curb cut. So this is how this was handled. But the way this money works is it comes in tranches from the federal government. This is, this is longstanding federal law, and it comes down into the counties, into municipalities, for anybody that wants to know.
I'm entirely in favor of doing it. I think it's
1,000%.
I think it's such a smart idea. I'm not joking when I say, hey, there's no relying on the federal government anymore. If we longstanding traditions are out the window, right? So if we have expected funding repeatedly, year after year after year, there's different power now in Washington, and hey, that's just something we do have to take into consideration. There's massive cuts that are going to affect us all. I would imagine this is something that would affect us. So I'm for putting it out there. This isn't going to break any bank, whether it gets totally put on the township or not. So I'm in favor of doing it, but if I wouldn't be holding our breath.
Do you have a budget?
So Mr. Betcher got a project estimate of approximately $45,000. So we applied for everything. But again, the county assumes that the township would match a portion of the grant funding.
I'd like to get it started, get the budget, get it out there for pricing and everything else.
Well, thank you for having this public hearing. As I said, it's a requirement. We'll submit the minutes from this public hearing to the county. I will speak to Mr. Betcher about your comments tonight, and I'll decide how he'll decide how he wants to move forward. Okay.
All right. Is there any public comment on it?
I'll add in on it if you don't mind. Those,
You're the public, though.
well, I'm sitting on this side, so, and Committeeman Weber knows that these are things that we discussed a couple weeks back, along with the speed signs, which have been purchased, and specifically these 2 particular intersections. So if you speak with Adam, if you speak with Lieutenant Westover, we probably have all the quotes already, so that'll cut that part of your process out. And,
Then we have to put it out there for 3 bids, right?
He's saying they did.
well, we had to get quotes. I think it was quotes.
Saying they did that already.
Right, so that, we may be able to take that part of it off your hands for you. Just talk with Ryan when you get a chance, and maybe we can get it done even faster.
I just want to correct that if it's over $44,000 and it's not a state contract, we would have to go up for the rebids, but since it's a safety product,
Yeah.
there might be state contract vendors available.
Anybody else? Anybody else from the public? Thank you, Adam.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Can I have a motion to close public comment?
Move to close.
Second?
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Public comment on agenda items only.
How are you? Jerry Fernandez, 393 Hillside Avenue. Just wondering, the resolutions 8, 9, and 10, I know they get clumped in sometimes and, you know, with all the others. Just wondering if you can go over those three for me, if you don't mind.
What numbers?
8, 9, and 10, which is
225,
83,
83,
84,
84.
85.
Right,
Yeah.
correct. Thank you.
I can address these, Mr. Mayor.
You good?
Okay. These are related to estoppel certificates for two of the redevelopment projects. The first one rescinds a resolution that we did at the last meeting. We had a scrivener's error in that resolution, so we are requesting that resolution be rescinded. That's the first resolution. The second one deals with an estoppel certificate, which the township is obligated to issue pursuant to the redevelopment agreements when one of the redevelopers is securing certain project financing from private lenders. That applies to both projects. So one is the Saks project, which is the Milburn Avenue one, and the other one is the Church Mall project.
Anyone else? Public portion, close.
Yep.
Reports. Administrative report we got from John.
Nothing tonight.
Department heads monthly reports as emailed.
Yep.
All right. Minutes of meeting of January 1st.
I'll make a motion to adopt the reorganization meeting minutes of January 1st, 2025, as emailed by Madam Clerk.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We're almost there.
New business.
We have a second reading for ordinance 2025-03. This ordinance amends the Township Code at Chapter 7 to amend the township's traffic regulations prohibiting right turns on red as specified.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 25-03, as read by Madam Clerk, publicized in the local source, March 6th of 2025.
I will second that motion.
Public comment on this? Seeing none, I'm closing public comment. What about up here? Talk about it at all? We've talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it, but I just want to reiterate that what's been out online is not what's, like, there was a misprint in Tap Into. This takes an existing no turn on red sign on Hillside Avenue going toward Walton School, and it takes the blanket, it takes the blanket no turn on red and puts it for the school hours only, which is in several other places in town, and that is all it does. It does not prohibit left turns or anything like that. That is what the ordinance does.
Anybody got anything else?
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do roll call. Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Laufer?
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser? Mayor Huber?
Yes.
And we have a first reading on ordinance 2025-05. This ordinance amends the Township Code's tree removal and replacement provisions to update certain tree removal contractor insurance requirements.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2025-05 as read by Madam Clerk, with a publication in the local source on March 6, 2025, with a final hearing scheduled on March 25th, 2025.
Second.
Discussion? All right. Okay.
The only change on this, Craig, was just the monetary value, right?
Yeah, it's just reducing the limits at the forester's request.
All right.
Roll call. Committeeman Kaiser.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Laufer.
Yes.
Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Mayor Huber. Ordinance 2025-06. This ordinance amends the provisions of the Township Code regarding sick leave for certain township employees.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-06 as read by Madam Clerk, with a publication in the local source on March 6, 2025, with a final hearing on March 25th, 2025.
Second.
Discussion?
Somebody want to?
Would you like me to give a summary?
Can you please?
So this is an update to the Township Code to bring the Township Code, to modernize the Township Code a little bit as it relates to the Earned Sick Leave Law. The Earned Sick Leave Law was passed, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago now, and the town has been operating in accordance with it, which is required to do. This only affects seasonal employees, part-time employees who are not covered by a union contract, and temporary employees. And it, like I said, what it does is it addresses some of the inconsistencies that were in the Township Code to ensure that, that our policy is consistent with state law.
Anybody, anything else to say?
Nope.
Committeeman Kaiser.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Laufer.
Yes.
Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Mayor Huber.
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-07. This ordinance amends provision of the Township Code regarding certain elements of the promotional process within the fire department. Have a motion?
Motion to adopt ordinance 25-07 as read by Madam Clerk, publicized in the local source, March 6, 2025, with final hearing on March 25th, 2025.
Second.
Discussion?
Nope.
Roll call?
Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Laufer.
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser.
Yes.
Mayor Huber.
Yes. All right. Resolutions. If you want one poll, let me know. Resolution 2025-76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, and 87. Do I have a motion?
You make them.
Sure. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to adopt resolutions 2025-76 through 2025-87.
I will second that.
Okay.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Laufer.
Yes.
Committeeman Weber.
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser.
Yes.
Mayor Huber.
Yes. Discussion and action items. We have a request from Jonathan. Do I read it or you read it? Okay. All right. Request from Jonathan Dayton High School to use Ruby Field for overflow parking for graduation on Wednesday, June 18th at 6 o'clock.
Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt the request made by Jonathan Dayton High School for use of Ruby Field.
Parking for graduation.
Yeah, for parking for graduation, June
Clear
18th
on that.
at 6 p.m., yes.
Yes, I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Accept donations of Rosner Field dugout fencing and signature upgrades by Springfield, New Jersey Baseball League. Be coordinated with Springfield Recreation Department.
I make a motion to adopt that donation by SNJBL.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Request from,
Chabad.
thank you.
I got you.
Jewish Learning Center to use Chisholm Community Center for the annual
Purim.
Forum event on Thursday, March 13th. Hold harmless and certificate of liability insurance provided.
I will make a motion to approve the request from the Chabad Learning Center for Thursday, March 13th, 2025.
Second.
Okay, Committeeman Weber,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Laufer,
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Mayor Huber.
Okay. Appoint Christie Artro
Aycroft.
as a member of the Free Springfield Library Board of Trustees for a 5-year term expiring December 31st, 2029.
I will make, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to adopt payroll and invoices for the period of February 12th, 2025 through February 25th, 2025 in the amount of $8,757,885.67.
Second.
Committeeman Kaiser.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Laufer,
Yes.
Committeeman Weber,
Yes.
Mayor Huber.
Yes. All right. Correspondence. New Jersey American Water Company noticed a public hearing filing of a proposed rate change. February 27th, 2025, 4:30 PM and 5:30 PM. Fallen number is 862-294-2638. Meeting ID 447-381-151, or joined by video conference at https://bit.ly/42 capital GNGUC. That'll be on their website, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just get that out on the website.
The American water, though, my water's been going up every month,
Everybody's.
you know. Okay. Springfield Planning Board, February 26th at 5:30 is remote. Application filed by Ross Stores, 240 Route 22 for preliminary and final major site plan approval. And we also have that on our website, how they can get on, am I correct?
I think it's already on. Yes.
All right. I also have one other thing. The Township Committee going, a question was asked by Mike Warshall. Does TC going to permit a grant to the bid to furnish the streetscape on Mountain Avenue on one side down to the fence at, excuse me, Jonathan Dane High School, and the other side down to the bank with decorative lights posted like they have on the other sections of Mountain Avenue. Mike, I really can't answer that, and nobody's here from there. I don't know, does anybody know anything about that?
Yeah, I was speaking, what ended up happening is, once we got the property from out front, from the billboard, there was no sense in doing everything twice. It is just simply, it is going to be done. We are just waiting to speak with the company on what the design for the park is possibly going to be like, and integrate it all as one unit.
I agree
But
with
it will all be done. It will all match. The money's there, everything is ready, the bid has it, they're all ready to go. But why do something twice and spend 2 times the money?
I agree with you.
So
I said
that's
I
all
wouldn't-
it was.
I wouldn't vote for anything unless it was permanent.
Right.
We agreed on everything.
Plus, there are 2 more stores that are going in. One actually just finished construction, and there is a magic fountain that's going into the building where that streetscape will be. So there is a lot of things happening. The sidewalks will get done.
Okay. I hope that answers your question, Mike. And public comment on any governmental issue.
How are you? Jerry Fernandez, 393 Hillside Avenue. I gotta start with this little comment here, I guess. The following statements are made in my...
4 minutes. You have 4 minutes.
The following statements are made in my capacity as a private citizen and not in my capacity as a board member on the Board of Education. These statements are also not representative of the board or its individual members and solely represented on my own personal opinions. For years, the township has used payment in lieu of taxes, pilot programs, to encourage development. These agreements allow developers to make reduced payments to the town instead of paying traditional property taxes. While pilots may help spur investment, they come with a major downside. Our schools receive nothing from them. Public schools rely heavily on the property taxes for funding. Over 50% of total property tax bill goes to the school district. Yet under pilot agreement, the schools system gets $0, shifting the burden entirely on homeowners. Right now, one of our local developments, which includes over 20 residential units and retail spaces, paying as little as $10,000 annually, far below what a normal tax assessment would require. Meanwhile, in another redevelopment area, we know of 2 students with special needs that could cost our district as much as $61,840 each student. This was never the original intent. When I served on the township committee, discussions always included the idea of allocating a portion of the pilot revenue to our schools. But over time, that idea was abandoned, and now our district is left absorbing costs without any financial support from these redevelopments. It's time for a change. We need one of 2 solutions. The township could dedicate a portion of the pilot payments to the Board of Education, or 2, we could reconsider or eliminate pilot programs and allow responsible development without sacrificing school funding. Springfield's a desirable town for families and businesses. We don't need to shortchange our schools to attract developers. Without adjustments to the pilot agreements, we risk higher property taxes on homeowners and businesses, larger class sizes, reduced educational resources. I urge our local officials to do what's right. Either allocate a fair percentage of pilot funds to the school district or rethink whether these agreements are in the best interest of Springfield at all. Our students, teachers, and taxpayers deserve better. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak?
Yeah, I have something. So
I'm going to close the public comment.
So we have an issue that's been going on for a few months with a bridge that links Dayton to Mizell Field. And the issue is, no one knows whose bridge this is. This bridge was put up.
It's better when I can.
Okay, so I don't,
6,000 years
yeah,
ago.
we don't even know that.
That's not true. We're talking about the
The little footbridge,
footbridge between the high school and.
yeah.
That was definitely replaced while either
Well, replaced,
while in high school.
right.
Or not. So somebody did it. It wasn't the township at that point.
Well, so the issue is that the DOT says it's not theirs. We don't have any record of it being ours. All right, but what's happening is
Who made the replacements, what?
Nobody knows.
10 years ago? We don't know?
No. So,
I find
but that might have been some repairs or something that was
it
done.
was a full-on replacement.
Well, I am in favor of full-on replacing at this point, too. I mean, if they're saying that they're not aware of whose bridge it is, I know we're patiently awaiting them to give us a letter reducing their liability on this thing, which I'm fine with, but we also have spring sports starting soon.
How do the athletes get back and forth?
That's the problem. So what I'm saying is that I don't think we wait anymore. I think we just get it fixed, get it done. We'll figure it out as we go along, because if not, I don't know how they're getting to Mizell Field. There's no way.
You're not. You
Right.
drive from the high
Yeah.
school,
This is just silly at this point.
or if not, they're just going to put, knowing as a student myself, I would have probably taken the risk and jumped friggin'.
Just jump right over it or something.
I mean, hey, I just find it, clearly the state didn't replace it 10 years ago, like that's just.
That's what I'm saying. This is one of the things that a long time ago, our guess is, when people just did things, they just did things. Don't have it, nobody has any record of it. Don't know what else to say on it, you know? Nobody even knows when it was originally constructed. DOT says, we don't know. It's old, though. We all know that, because he says he's had it since he's been around.
There's always been a bridge,
Right.
I'm saying there was literally like a full-on replacement within the span of 10 years.
So that's what I'm asking for.
10 to 15.
I'm asking for you guys, same thing, is just let's fix this thing, get it done with so spring sports can start and we can be uninterrupted. Because the only ones that suffer are the kids, the coaches, the
There's a lot of
sports.
people that connects the half of town.
Well, it's also true, the walkers, yeah,
To that field.
yeah.
Without that, there's no other, you gotta go all
Correct.
the way around. So there is not only just the students.
Yeah, you're right about that one. It
There's
is,
half a town that would traverse that.
yep.
I don't know, I don't want us to take on any legal risk, but, if it's a mirror of just deciding to allocate funding towards it, I'm fine. We just gotta talk
No, I
to,
agree with you. I was talking about something.
I think somebody needs to reach out to the county. But in principle,
Not the counties, that we checked with them too.
Check with everybody.
There has been some communication with the county, and I've been in communication with the DOT recently.
Okay.
To follow up on some things that the administrator had initiated.
Sure.
And
In principle, the thing needs to be replaced. Our athletes, our residents need to be able to use that bridge safely.
anything else? Just a quick comment. Speaking for myself as one member up here, the idea that our township wouldn't use pilots is a non-starter. That is the only way that projects, unfortunately, now get built. It spurs development. It's done so in a number of different projects. A number of different committees started them. To cut them out now would stop any progress further. The discussions that need to be focused on, is deciding what is a fair and equitable amount to support the children and the education of them, understanding that all of this amounts to everybody's paying the taxes. It's not just the schools versus us, right? It's not. It's one community. But to stop that progress is may be a simple soundbite, but isn't practical. We're trying to spur development and create a downtown that we're all are proud of, and pilots are the answer to get that done. Without it, it would kill any future development. If you didn't have that pilot, that project isn't going to get built. You aren't going to get the tax revenue that you deserve off of that piece of property anyway. So to start that, might be cool from a ChatGPT soundbite, but isn't practical.
Jerry, you were up here when we voted for pilot.
Public comments over.
I'm just addressing, I apologize.
Really think Charlie Larkin wouldn't build if you didn't have a pilot program?
We will discuss it next time in private.
Well, like you said, go continue, I'm sorry.
We did it, I was here, you were here. And pilot is the only way that we could get the project started.
But, Rich, as you remember, what did we agree? Didn't we?
Yeah, but this is, go back and
Didn't
forth.
you agree also to send money to the schools? That's all I wanted to hear.
We will discuss it in private next time, next meeting. We'll bring it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. You know, I'm honored that I get to anchor tonight. You know, usually that's Alex's job, so I'll try and live up to it. Mr. Fernandez, I agree with you. I think the schools need to be part of the process in allocating pilot funds. Alex, you're 1,000% right. Developers will not develop without a pilot agreement. There's just way too much competition out there. We can agree to disagree on that, but I absolutely feel that the schools need to be part of the process because, frankly, we are paying for it anyway. So, thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Nothing, seeing nothing else?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.